So a BioShock movie is in the works at Netflix.
All right, you're gonna have to explain to me. I know what BioShock is. I know what BioShock Infinite is, sort of. You're gonna have to explain to me how this is possibly going to work as a movie and not be terrible. Is it possible?
Yes, there's a story that you can tell. And ironically, Zack Snyder would probably be the best person to tell this story. Because it is.
Can he not write
it? Is
Can he?
If
just
he doesn't
not
write it, if he does, but see, given the nature of what BioShock is,
oh right, it is sort of Ayn Randian though.
Yeah, man, he would kill for something like this. So
yeah,
BioShock is this game that came out a couple years ago to much acclaim, and the premise is that there were basically a group of people who decided to start their own society underwater without government regulations, without government rules.
Oh.
You can
Zack Snyder's like, let's fucking go.
Right. You could pretty much do whatever you want. It's a libertarian like wet dream. And this person has to go in there. I forget the reason why he goes in there. But he goes in there, and one of the first things you see is that a doctor has, and they are completely like atheist, right? Like they don't believe in God. They believe in science and man, right? Like this is what they believe, right? So they're libertarians and they are atheists, right? And with that,
which is weird, which is super weird. Like they believe in something that's actually makes sense, and then they believe in libertarianism. Okay, like all right.
they believe that no outside force, be it government or God, should be able to tell them what to do, right? Okay. And one of the first things you see when you go underwater is a splicer, and like you hear these stories of these doctors working on people and just doing like different things to them, and you hear this through audio logs. One of the first audio logs is a doctor deciding that he wants to experiment on this patient, and the nurse is like, well, I mean, I don't think we should be doing that. And the doctor's like, basically like, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway, because who's gonna stop him, right? And it's an incredibly interesting narrative that deals with like the what happens in this type of situation, right? Like people end up on different sides, right? And it basically like different societies take shape. It's a super interesting game. I'm not doing it justice. It's a super interesting game. And I feel like this would be better suited to be a series, right?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that it's not.
Because this thing could be the next Handmaid's Tale. Like
wow,
that's how much like depth, no pun intended, that this thing has. I really hope that story takes precedent. Like it'll be cool to see the big daddies and the little sisters. That's what you see in this image right here.
Right.
But I don't want it to be just about like there are stories that you can tell, man. And I kind of wish this was a series, but I'm excited for it. Okay. BioShock 2 wasn't really that great, and then BioShock Infinite was really good, but like instead of like people being atheists, like it was all about God, right? And like the villains, they were all about God, and your character literally has to be baptized before you can go into BioShock, or before you can go into Columbia, which was a city in the clouds, so they could be closer to God and shit. And it was BioShock Infinite was an interesting premise that I don't think lived up to its potential. But this original BioShock, it's pretty legendary. So I'm very curious.